Hi, today we're going to do a demonstration and introduction to the Ninja Creami. Let's talk about the reasons that I appreciate the Ninja Creami. Number one, so easy to use. And it's what I call the PFS method. It means prep, freeze, and spin. Number two, unlimited flavors of ice cream. Vanilla, mint, chocolate, banana, strawberry, butter pecan, whatever you want in the comfort of your own home. Number three, you're less dependent on the grocery stores having the flavors and brands that you like. I know it's like you get in the mood for some pistachios so bad. You go to Tom Thumb, Kroger, wherever, and they don't have it. It's so frustrating. There couldn't be a worse problem in the world. Anyway, I guess this is number four, unlimited mix-ins. So let's say you make up a batch of vanilla and you go, gosh, I really would love a Blizzard-like or McFlurry-like product with cookies and cream, Oreos, peanut butter cups. And by the way, I do have a recipe for homemade peanut butter cups that are very, very money and time saving, which I'll share in another video. It's a multifunction machine. So not only can you make ice cream, but you can do gelato, milkshakes, light ice cream, which means less sugar, smoothie bowls, and sorbets. Now I've only made the ice cream and the sorbets, both of which have turned out spectacular. I mean, the sorbets, if you're looking for something visually beautiful, you can't go wrong using the Creami and making a sorbet and putting like a little sprig of mint or a couple of berries as garnish. But for the most part, we use it for ice cream. And then let's see, it's I already said that. Over time, it's going to save you money if you like to eat a lot of ice cream, or if you're like me and you like to give away ice cream to your friends and just have them enjoy a special treat. Haagen-Dazs costs about $6 at the store when you factor in tax and everything, versus $2 at the house. I figured up all the amounts of the things that are used in the ice cream, and it's about $2, maybe $2.50, depending on what I'm making. So that's an incredible discount. You're paying a third of what it would cost to buy the ice cream. And guess what? It's just as delicious as Haagen-Dazs or any other premium brand. I kid you not. Everyone who has had the cookies and cream, especially that one, or the strawberry, has said this is how they do when they eat it. Their eyes bug out and they go, Why? Because it's so good, and it's shockingly good. So yeah, I mean, if you're worried about it tasting as good as some premium ice creams, don't worry. It's just as good or better. Let's see, the next reason I appreciate the Creami is that you can control the ingredients. So if you want less sugar, for instance, I find most store-bought ice creams to be a little bit too sweet for me. Or if there's too much vanilla, you just want a kind of a less intense flavor, you can put less extract, or you can put more extract, or whatever you want. You control what goes in there. That's one of the most beautiful things about cooking from home. That's one of the most important things, in my opinion. At least it is here. And let's see. Oh, and this is a huge reason that I love the Creami. You can prepare as many pints in advance as you want. So as much, that's my freezer, the freezer that I use for the ice cream. As many pints as your freezer will store, you can make those in advance. So I think other ice cream makers, I believe you have to make big batches. I'm not quite sure, so don't quote me on that. But one of the many things I like about this is you make it in pints using the Creami. So you don't make too much at one time, it gets freezer burn or whatever. And like I said, they're smaller batches, so it's also easier to fit in the freezer. So you don't have to find a place for one big container. You can put these little containers wherever. So that is fantastic. I like making things in small batches. I guess you could make that could seem more curated and gourmet, you know, it's like small batch processing. Anyway, those are the reasons. All right, now tips. The first tip that I would, or recommendation that I would give y'all, is to buy extra beakers. Because once you make some ice cream or sorbet or whatever in here, you're gonna go, holy smokes, I wanna have some on hand at all times. And you can do that if you have extra beakers. The Creami comes with 2, along with the lids. And these are the things that you do the prep in, okay? You pour your mixed up stuff in here, and then you freeze it for 24 hours before you spin it in the Creami. So the more you have of this, the more likely that you will have ice cream at the ready. Yes, it takes 24 hours to freeze these, but again, if you do prep beforehand, it doesn't matter. You'll be able to go to your freezer, grab a prepped beaker of ice cream, stick it in the Creami, hit the ice cream button, and about 2 minutes later, you have the most wonderful custom ice cream in the palm of your hand and soon in your gullet. So yeah, get extra beakers, okay? Just do it, just do it. Trust me on this. And then another tip would be to make multiple batches at once. So the demo that I'm going to give is showing you how to make one batch, 1 pint, okay? But what I normally do is I'll make, for instance, vanilla. It's the most versatile. I would make 4 batches of that at once. So I would make, instead of, if it calls for 1 cup of whole milk, then I would put 4 cups of whole milk in there. So I multiply everything by 4, stir it all up, pour it into 4 different beakers, and away we go. So yeah, so get extra beakers and make multiple batches at once. It'll save you a ton of time. Okay, and then the next one, the next tip that I've come up with over my experience is to, once you've made the ice cream and it's ready to eat, I always take it out of the beaker. I mean, you can eat it straight out of here, but I like to have these available really soon to make new prep in. So I take it out of the beaker, put the finished product in one of these ice cream tubs, and these are very, very easy to find on Amazon, and also I'll put a link down below. Perfect. All right, so these tubs, this is actually a quart, which means 2 pints, right? Remember that from elementary math? And I love, look at this lid. Isn't that cool? It's easy to work with, and it's microwave safe, dishwasher safe, really easy, and it's comfortable in the hand. So anyway, I just decant them into here, and I store them in these. And then you can eat straight out of them or scoop it, just whatever. And then another tip would be regarding leftovers. Once you make the ice cream and have it in the fridge, it's just like any other ice cream. If you want to soften it, just leave it out on the counter for about 5 minutes or however long, or stick it in the microwave. Not my microwave, mind you, unless you're staying with us. The last tip is to just don't be afraid to experiment. Don't get frustrated if something comes out not the way you expected. There are no failures in this. There's no failures in cooking, okay? There's just steps into the path of getting to where you want to be. Did you try some? How did you like it? Let me know in the comments down below. Don't forget to like, subscribe, hit that notification bell and click all. And we will see you on the next video.